Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's second video, doing JMA Friday for today's second video. So as always on a Friday, we're having a look at the weather for the month ahead with the Japanese and CFS V2 models, and I shall get on with that for you in a moment. Just to say that the first video release today was our 6 AM upload, and we've got 10 to 14 day coming up to you later on this afternoon. So please like, share, subscribe on videos. We will be live streaming from around 10:30 tonight. We should live stream the GFS 18Z AK for Pub Run. And that's going to be coming up later on tonight. I may see you for that. Right, okay, let's crack on then with JMA Friday for another week. We're going to begin with the 500 millibar height anomalies from the Arctic and North Pole view down. So that is the North Pole just there. This is the wider Arctic Circle around here. And they've got the mid-latitudes through here. So blue is extrapolating to below average heights, which is low pressure. And yellow, orange, and red to above average heights, which is high pressure. These are breaking down into weekly pairs. The first weekly pair will take from today, the 11th, through to the 18th. Of November. The coming week will have low pressure out to the west of the country and high pressure will be to our east, and in between we'll be drawing up a very mild, if not warm, southerly to southwesterly. So this low pressure will bring plenty of rain in from off the Atlantic, but the wind direction means that the air is going to be very mild. Into week 2, which is the 18th, 25th of November, more low pressure in the Atlantic Ocean. High pressure beginning to retreat away a little bit to the east and to the northeast. So maybe turning a little bit cooler in this week as the air is coming in from more of a northerly point in the Atlantic. That said, it would still be mild. And further bouts of rain as well coming in with those areas of low pressure. And then quite a big change to weeks 3 and 4. Takes us from the 25th of November to the 9th of December. We find above average heights then appearing over and somewhat to the north of the country. It does extend back in towards Greenland, the Arctic sort of area. And you would expect that with that we are probably bringing the wind from an easterly direction, especially so down in the south. At the very least, that will probably take us to like frost and fog, gruesome to some. If that high went any further north, we would probably start bringing in a proper easterly flow. We're not quite there, but the high is reaching right way back into the Arctic, really. No, quite a significant change to high pressure, certainly at the end of November and into early December. Possibly drier and colder with frost and fog. Just how cold it would be, remains to be seen. Low pressure down here, so it does look as though the NAO and whatnot is going negative there, taking the jet stream down to the south, down towards Spain and North Africa. Quite a significant change. Right, let's have a look at tropical latitude view then. So we can't see Greenland, Arctic, Scandinavia, all those areas are upper chart up here, but we have a look at that view down so we know what's going on. UK and Ireland in the top right hand corner of the chart as you are looking at it. Reminder of the week 1 500 millibar height anomaly from the 11th to the 18th of November with low pressure to the west of the UK and Ireland, high pressure to the east, and so we're going to be quite unsettled in the week ahead, but also very mild, if not quite warm. The temperature anomaly is very substantially above normal here in those orange colours. It's like 3 to 4 degrees above average, exceptionally mild, and also wet as well with above average rainfall. Week 2 will be the 18th, 25th of November. Then the high pressure begins to retreat away in towards the east of Europe as low pressure deepens in the Atlantic. And so we're still very unsettled, of course, but not as warm. However, temperature anomalies are still a little bit above average in most yellow colours now. It's like 1 to 2 degrees above normal. And obviously, yes, it's still another very unsettled week with significantly above average rainfall predicted once again. And then changes for week 3 and 4 as above average heights build in to the UK and Ireland and also to our east, and also we can't see it, but we've had a look at the view down, so know that the above average heights building to the north as well, all the way up towards the Arctic. So the temperature anomaly is cooling back towards normal. Notice it does go a little bit below average just to our south and east on the continent. Definitely a cool down there at the end of November into December. And with high pressure taking over the pattern, it's also turning drier as well. So after that wet couple of weeks 1 and 2, we're into a drier trend. Right, let's have a look at CFSV2 and see how that compares. So again, these are 500 millibar height anomalies. And they're broken down into weekly periods. So the first week period will take us from the 11th to the 17th of November. The coming week will have those above average heights to the east and the below average heights to west, which means we're bringing in a very mild, if not warm, southerly southwesterly flow, but the low pressure will turn things increasingly unsettled. Week 2 is going to be the 18th to 24th of November. High pressure then takes over from Scandinavia, actually, as low pressure gets pushed out of the way into the middle of the Atlantic. Probably more of a continental flow there, so that could certainly start to turn things a little bit cooler, maybe with some frost and fog and whatnot. Week 3 is going to be the 25th of November to 1st of December. High pressure then centering between Greenland and Scandinavia. So that's turning into like a proper northern blocking feature, kind of in line with what the JMA is doing in a way, but perhaps with a little bit more of an easterly influence. I reckon that could be starting to turn things ever colder there. And then week 4, very interesting again, this is the 2nd to the 8th of December, with high pressure then over and to the north of the country. And looking at that, you would have thought we're going to be bringing in wind from like the east or the northeast, wouldn't you? So certainly hints that things are getting colder there as we go into the early part of December. Maybe even a little bit of snow could be possible coming in on those northeasterly winds. Quite a challenge for the book this JMA Friday, isn't it? Temperature anomalies for week 1, 11th, 17th of November. Exceptionally mild for all parts of northern Europe. Note, America is exceptionally cold. Well, not exceptionally, but it's very cold across much of America. So totally different from one side of the Atlantic to the other. We're really warm. America and Canada looking really cold. Week 2 will be the 18th to the 24th of November. Again, looks very mild for the UK and much of northern and western Europe. Notice it's turning cold across eastern parts of Europe and also back into Russia. However, much of North America also looking pretty cold away from the far south and the southeast. So pretty cold around in the next couple of weeks, but we're not involved in any of it. Now, week 3 is going to be the 25th of November to the 1st of December. America starting to get milder as the cold air retreats back into Canada. Still above average for the UK, Ireland, much of Scandinavia. Turning colder though through central parts of Europe. So that cold air from Russia is like beginning to back further westwards into Central Europe at this point. And then we get through to week 4, which is the 2nd to the 8th of December. America and large portions of eastern Canada go milder than average, with cold air retreats to like Alaska and like the west coast of Canada. We cool down back to average. You may be able to make out a little splodge of blue there across England, maybe going colder than average that first week of December. Note, most parts of Europe are looking quite cold at this point. The cold air has pushed in from Russia right the way to France, really. Scandinavia is still forecast to have above normal temperatures overall, but even there I think things will be cooling down. Quite interesting, maybe colder as we begin December. Precipitation-wise, week 1, which is the 1st to the 17th of November, generally a wetter than average week to come. Week 2 also looks rather wet. This is 18th to 24th of November, although it is going drier to our north and northeast. Week 3, weakening signal, 25th of November to 1st December. overall perhaps a little bit on the drier side though. And then finally week 4 with lots of signal really. But if anything, probably again a little bit on the dry side as it is a bit colder. The air will hold less moisture. Right, well, quite an interesting update from JMA Friday today. I bet you're a little bit surprised about these developments. So the next couple of weeks looking very, very mild indeed. Well, week 1 exceptionally mild. Week 2, just standard mild. And unsettled as well. And then it's the end of November into early December, we're focusing on the signs of a change, high pressure, perhaps building in, where the high pressure goes, how far north that high pressure is centred will determine on how cold it gets. So at the very least we could get some frost and fog as we go into the beginning of December. If the high goes far enough north, centres as a northern blocking feature, then we could start thinking about the weather turning, quite a lot colder, and maybe even our first flakes of the season. Who knows? Right, well, that's it for JMA Friday for this week. Remember, it's just a snapshot of what these 2 models are showing. They could look completely different when we do this video again. Next week we're going to be back later on with the 10 to 14 day, which will include all of the red features. So come back for that one then. But for JMA Friday this week, that's all for now. And thanks for watching.